The Ducks lost. Oh, the Duck. Oh. I see stars. Oh, stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the latest content. And yes, the Ducks were seeing stars as the Dallas Stars, who we played, absolutely killed us. We had a chance early on because we had a power play. Mason McTavish hit the crossbar. Oh man, so close. I mentioned in my previous video that Jason Robertson has been the most prolific goal scorer so far this season. Well, this story of the game was indeed the aforementioned Jason Robertson. Because Jason Robertson had a hat trick. No, Jason, you did not get my hat because you are not on the Ducks. And you killed my team, which I don't want to say is impressive.
Bruh.
But scoring a hat trick in any game in the NHL is considered as such. So, as I said, McTavish hit the crossbar, and then that's was our best chance to get on the board. Jake Ottinger completely shut down the Ducks. Robertson would score on a wrist shot. The dude was shooting from everywhere in the game. It was actually a kind of a bad bounce that went past the stick of Stolarz. It was on the ice, and it just happened to go past Stolar's stick. I was actually surprised he got a start in this game. But Stolarz getting the start. A bad bounce for him to get the Stars' first goal. 1-0 Dallas. The Ducks take a penalty in the second period, and it results in a power play goal for, Jason Robertson. Look at that. His 21st goal of the season in game 24 of the season overall, assisted by Miro Heiskanen and Joe Pavelski to make it 2-0 Dallas power play. Joel Kiviranta is not a name you would necessarily recognize, but he was a big name in 2020 in the bubble playoffs when he eliminated the Golden Knights. That was actually a really good time. 3-0 for the Dallas Stars. In the third period, it's just the Dallas Stars just poured on, and like me, Anthony Stolarz was seeing those very shapes for how badly he got beaten up in this game by that team. 4-0, Robertson scores on the power play. The Hats rain down on the ice in a Texas-sized way, a hat trick. And then one last goal for Dallas. It's Wyatt Johnston with assist to former Duck Yanni Hakanpää to make it 5-0 Dallas. So Stolarz, I'm glad he got a start, but he absolutely got killed. And in his last couple starts, Stolarz hasn't been great, but obviously we can't say that he's the main culprit of this. The main culprit is the Ducks defense overall. Well, mainly with the exception of Jorho Vakanainen. He's been solid, but everyone else has been terrible, I think. And Dallas Eakins is the other culprit. So the Ducks lose 5-0, are outshot 41-31, go 0 for 3 on the power play. They give the puck away 6 times and only win 36% of their faceoffs. That's not good at all. The Ducks took, I believe, 1, 2, 3. They took 4. They took 6 penalties, I believe. No, 5 penalties. They took 5 penalties in this game, and Dallas went... No, 4 penalties, Dallas goes 2 for 4. Come on, Matt, learn how to count. I really must be seeing stars if I don't know how to count. Alright, aside from me doing my terrible star puns, the Dallas Stars were the stars of this... I'm just kidding. Alright, let's talk about the next game on Saturday, an 11 a.m. matinee-style game against the Minnesota Wild. Round 2 with the Minnesota Wild starts on Saturday. Boy, what is it with all these early games all of a sudden? The Ducks usually don't play early games, and if they do, it's usually only maybe 3 in a season, but it seems like this year there's going to be like 10 of them. So Saturday is going to be the Minnesota Wild, as I said. That is who we're playing. And the Ducks, obviously, were terrible. A guy we need to keep our eyes on from Minnesota, and a guy I've talked about a lot on our show, his name is Kirill Kaprizov, and he's been red hot for the Wild. Kaprizov running just like the name of what his team is.
Bruh.
He's got 4 goals, 7 assists, and 11 points, all of which are coming within the last 5 games for him. He has been really good. He is an elite playmaker. Keep your eye on the young 25-year-old wearing number 97 with 14 goals, 16 assists, and 30 points in 22 games played overall. The defenseman Jared Spurgeon, a very smart puck handler. He's a +3 rating in his last 5, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points in 22 games. Not the biggest scorer, obviously. His job is to handle the puck, be a kind of a stay-at-home defenseman, and kind of distribute the puck around. Other guys we need to keep an eye out for on the Wild, aside from the guy who's leading in all their offensive categories, Mats Zuccarello is second on the team with 22 points. He has also been known to hurt the Ducks in the past. 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points in 22 games overall. That's pretty solid. Let's also keep an eye on the defenseman Kalen Addison, wearing number 2. Addison's up to 11 points. He doesn't do a whole lot in terms of offense, but he has picked up the points a little bit more lately with 10 assists now in the season, 1 goal, 11 points in 22 games. That's a point-per-game player. And let's also keep an eye on Joel Eriksson-Ek, who's third on the team in points with 19 overall, 7 goals, 12 assists, 19 points in 22 games. I expect the Wild to start Marc-Andre Fleury in this game. Let's take a look at the Ducks players. Troy Terry and Cam Fowler are the hottest players in their last 5. So we'll start with Terry having 3 goals in his last 5. Still is our leading goal scorer with 10 goals, 14 assists for 24 points. The only player to be in the double digits in goal scoring for us. Fowler still got 4 points, 4 assists, and a +2 rating in his last 5. Like to see him pick up the offense a little more, kind of like he was during when we were on the previous road trip when we were in St. Louis. 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points, 24 games played overall for the Windsor, Ontario native. Let's also keep an eye out for the Ducks. For Trevor Zegras, of course. He's got 8 goals, 12 assists for 20 points overall in the season. Not John Klingberg, though. He's on IR now with a lower body injury. Mason McTavish, give him more playing time, Aikens, and he'll do good. Tied for 4th on the team in assists with 7 to Ryan Strome. Let's also keep an eye out for Adam Henrique. He's got 5 assists overall in the season, 7 goals, and then 5 assists, 12 points in 23 games. It's about a point every other game. That's not bad, but it could be improved, I think. Let's take a look at some of the statistical categories. The Ducks are bottom 5 in virtually every category. Yikes. Second worst in the power play. Well, that's not surprising. Worst penalty kill, also not surprising. 27th in the face-off circle, so that's kind of bottom 5. I mean, that's still bad, but it's not like trash. Our goals against and goals for are both trash, being at 32nd place, being last in the league each. Minnesota ranks better than us significantly in pretty much every offensive category. 9th in power play percentage, 9th in penalty kill. They are 22nd, however, in face-off, which isn't great. So face-offs could be a little bit more even in this game. Goals for is 20th. Again, nothing to write home about. And their goals against is 11th best. So almost top 10, so that means their defense is pretty good.
That is correct.
And as for the predictions, John Gibson starts, likely is battling against Marc-Andre Fleury, which means the Ducks are going to lose this game by a score of 6-1. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of QUACKAST. What did you think of it? Leave your comments down below. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do that. And last but not least, have a good day, stay safe, and go see stars at night. But okay, stop the star button, stop the star button, stop the star button. Let's go, Ducks, let's get a win.